Hey interwebs, this is El Viejo Toro of Fancy Action Now, coming at you live, recorded. Anyway, I wanted to submit a video response to Games of War. Check out Games of War's channel on YouTube. I would say in terms of a gaming channel expertise, I would say he's definitely up there in the higher atmosphere, okay, if I can say it that way. He has the collection, he has the knowledge, copious knowledge, almost encyclopedic knowledge of games. His analysis is very in-depth. He gets right down into it in terms of the mechanics of the game, the history of the game, its comparison to other games, his feelings and reactions to the game, the feelings, reactions of the gaming community at large. So definitely one of those YouTubers that I admire. His videos are very consistent. That's something that I struggle with, is that consistency. Another one of the game reviewers that I watch is Metal Jesus Rocks, and he does a lot of videos on how to be a video game reviewer, and one of the things he got from the YouTube University was consistency. Be consistent. And he is very consistent. He has a nice opening, he has a nice close, he has a nice centerpiece, he has a guest, or whatever it is that he does. I have trouble with that in terms of consistency. So I'm a little bit more all over the road. I'm an off-roader, I'm not a high performance machine. I'm an off-roader, my equipment's good, but if I see something like, hey, it's a squirrel, I want to go over there and do that. So I'm trying to incorporate more consistency into my videos, but that being said, Games of War put out a recent video called Do You Buy Game Filler? And his collection is absolutely impeccable. It is very sizable. I mean, it is a very large collection against very many systems. He takes an obvious pride in the display of the games, the arrangement of these games. His collection far outstrips mine in general terms. But again, he is one of those YouTubers that I kind of, when I was researching and I was beginning my own channel, I recognized that, hey, dude, you got 10 systems and, you still got your, 50 odd Genesis titles, and, or, you still got your PS1 collection, and you still got, you're obviously a game collector, okay? Call yourself what you are, again, but as opposed to, he is very much a sniper, I'm a little bit more shotgun, okay? So he's like, man, I know the games that I like, I know the games that I'm interested in, I know the games that I will play, and I do not spend my time, my resources, my limited time, my limited resources, as we all have, getting whatever. I'm just not gonna go and get games to have games on a shelf, just to fill a shelf. Now, he fills shelves anyway because his collection is over a lifetime. Very much like mine. Mine's a bit more chaotic in terms of, I didn't keep everything pristine. Sometimes systems sat in garages, lend stuff out, don't get stuff back, this kind of stuff where, I was not a curator of my collection, where I feel Games of War, he's more of a, his whole room, and this is high praise, don't take it any other way, is very much as a museum quality, but like a hip museum where it's like on display, you can touch stuff, you can see stuff, but it is in immaculate condition, and it is arranged in a very aesthetically pleasing way. My collection right now is I'm trying to strive for a little bit more of that aesthetically pleasing. I got a IKEA shelf that I've built into a retro system game rack, and I've got a Switch now, a big 8-bay Switch that everything's connected to and everything can be played and everything's in working order. So I can go play my Sega Saturn, my Sega CD, my Super Nintendo, my 3DO, I still have my 3DO collection, It's like, if you still have 3DO, you're a game collector. His question Games of War posed, to actually get to the subject of the video, the question that Games of War poses, do you buy filler games? I'm one of the guys that buys filler games. And I do so for a couple of different reasons. I actually think his style and methodology is best. But if you live long enough, you understand that somebody that attains that level has the mentality to do so. And if you don't have that mentality to do so, if you don't have that, if that's not part of your makeup, if you have a different approach, it's as legitimate, I think. I feel it's as legitimate. But there's a couple reasons that I do what I do, especially with PS2 and original Xbox right now. I really look out for those. And if they're in good shape, the case is nice, the book is nice, the artwork of the outside of the box is intact, the disc is in decent shape, or A to B. I won't take a C or a D disc, I'll take an A or a B disc. But if it's a B disc and it plays well, okay. One of the things that I believe is going to occur is, and they're really trying to get there, and the gamers are really fighting it, because I don't think they realized what a attachment we have to the physical media. And I think Games of War's channel is a good example of that. When you see his game room on his videos, it is a celebration of the physical. It's a celebration of the collector's editions, and like particularly games like that he really enjoys, certain RPGs, Tales series, and etc. He enjoys those collector's editions with the additional features and swag and the attractive boxes. Like I said, museum quality. He wants the tangible element. That he enjoys and in my opinion, what I observed is that he enjoys the tangible collecting element as much as the game element. They walk hand in hand. Now, I'm less so. But what I realize is physical media, particularly, and this is from Adam Karolik. Adam Karolik's another YouTuber that I admire a tremendous amount. He taught me a lot about hooking up retro systems, cleaning retro systems. I learned, and I thought I knew what I was talking about. I learned a great deal more about the history of some of these systems. He does in-depth analysis of the different generations. He does game generation videos. Those videos are very good. Highly recommend them, okay? But one of the things that he says, and he's wise beyond his years, he's like a 20-something dude, and he's one of the guys that I respect. I'm twice his age, and I respect what he has produced and what he does and his level of knowledge as a mentor. Okay, I see him as a mentor. I see Games of War as a mentor. Metal Jesus Rocks as a mentor, as a new YouTuber. Okay, I'm not coming out with arrogance and going, yeah, man, I've been there since like 1984, dude. Peace. No, no. These guys know their stuff, and I totally respect them and admire them, and take a lot of take a lot of inspiration from them for my own channel. Okay, but it is my channel, so I want to kind of steer it as provides me enjoyment, which fights the consistency and or the display quality and other things that I just, and I have life too. I work, I teach, I'm a parent, so very similar to Games of War. We're in a very, I feel that we're in a very similar life situation in terms of, hey man, I got life, I got real life, I got people coming at me, I got a child, I want to raise my child, okay? You can't be sitting there gaming, you can if you game with your kid, and I encourage my daughter to game with me, but she likes her pad and her little dragon games and that kind of stuff. So, typically there's a little bit of an overlap. I try to encourage her into some of the retro stuff, some of which she likes, some of which she doesn't. But back to the point, okay? Adam Karolik's advice was, and you can see where I just went right off in a tangent. Adam Karolik says, look, and he says it in multiple videos, he goes, original Xbox and PS2 right now are dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. And they are. I got a Skyrim 360 limited edition, all the DLC, the maps and the swag and the fold out book. I got that for $6. Okay, what did that sell for originally? $70, $80? I mean, you know, and I picked it up for $6. You get treasures out there that you don't, you know, they don't know. Some pawn shops get wise to it and they check eBay and they want to do, and I just ignore them. But I go to the other ones and they don't really care. They usually take these games in with the systems. So they sell the systems. That's where they're making their money. The games are sitting in a 99-cent bin. And if you're willing, like me, and if you find it fun, to dig around and find treasures and find weird stuff. What I like about that, one of the things, the reason I do that is I get introduced to games that I never would have looked at. Again, I'm very much like this in terms of what I typically game. And as I become more of a collector, I understood that in myself, I needed to open myself up to more stuff. I mean, I was an FPS guy for a long time where if it wasn't an FPS, landfill, don't care, okay? But, you know, and then I used to be, back in the day, with the turbo CD, with the funky adapter and the card and the bootleg, and I mean, just crazy stuff where, you know, you got the CD, and, oh, you know, man, you got to get this attachment, and then the card goes into the thing. And I was playing turbo CDs, hardcore, grindy, super grindy RPGs, you know, that were just, you know, I had a great time with them. You know, they had those beautiful cutscenes and the music, and it was like, that's why I played them. I did the grind to advance the story to see the next cutscene, you know, and I'd grind for hours to get to that, oh, wow, you know, full cinematic anime style cutscenes. I mean, that was like cool back in the day. So, I mean, I was into that for a long time. Lunar and all that stuff, man. I went through that period, Secret of Mana on Super Nintendo, all that stuff. I played all that, okay? And then I went into, you know, FPS country, and just FPS was it. But now as a collector, I have so many systems and getting more all the time. Whenever, if I see an opportunity, I see a good price, there's systems that I'm interested in that I want to pick up. The Wii is an excellent example. There are so many weird, oddball titles for the Wii. I never understood how big that, I never thought that the Wii game collection was that big. But there's a lot of weird, wonky stuff. I got like Chicken Blaster the other day I found in a pawn shop. I'm like, okay, Chicken Blaster. It's a Wii game with the Wiimote or Zapper, and it's literally a light gun game where you just shoot chickens. They're mutant, and that's all it is. It's mutant chickens at a farm that you shoot, and they're all ridiculous. They're like in like personal, like Cobra style helicopters, and you know, they've got bazookas shooting eggs at you, and I mean, it's just retarded, but God, it's fun, and it's hilarious. It makes me laugh. I put it on for my kid and let her have fun with it for a half hour. I mean, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, I'm buying Chicken Blaster for $1. Chicken Blaster on the Wii for $1. Is that filler? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Am I going to pull it down once in a while and play Chicken Blaster just because it's stupid? Yes, I certainly am. Now, like Cursed Mountain, it's like the one Resident Evil kind of spooky survival horror game. And to be honest, Cursed Mountain is like hailed as one of those, you know, hidden gems for the Wii. I played it. It's kind of like a bad, I mean, it's not, the aesthetic is nice, but it plays and looks like a PS2 game that was a clone, like a clone Resident Evil game or a clone Silent Hill game. I mean, I'm not blown away. It's okay. There's so much more that could have been done with the subject matter and the aesthetic, but they just didn't have the horsepower to do it. But did I pick up Cursed Mountain? Yeah. Did I want to try it and experience it because of what I've heard? And Metal Jesus Rocks recommended it as a hidden gem. And he's right. I'm not going to take from that. He is right. But God, it's not impressive. It's something like, to me, it was like an early PS2 title. I'm like, this is the PS2. I'm playing the PS2 on a Wii, essentially. So, but that being said, there was a Carnival Games on the Wii. There's a 1 and 2. There's a sequel to it, and it's all just goofy, weak, carnival games that you do your stupid stuff, and you win little stuffed animals and prizes and unlockables and all that kind of stuff. And it's amusing. It's amusing. Do I pick it up all the time? No. What was it? Oh my God, Powerdrome. I saw a PS2 game for $1 at a pawn shop called Powerdrome, and it looked like a budget title. And it's got this soccer mom on an anti-gravity bike, and it's actually a ZeniMax. It's Mud Duck by ZeniMax. That's like their extreme little mini team. Their AM2, I guess. But there, so is it a budget title? Is it like mediocre? Yeah, but I played that for a couple hours the other night. It's super fast, but it's too fast. The controls don't line up to the speed. The speed is good. I love the speed, but the controls are not up to snuff. Now, is it a no name, just kind of it's out there floating around? Yeah, Powerdrome. I mean, come on, man. Does anybody know from Powerdrome? If you ask somebody, you ask a hardcore gamer, you remember Powerdrome? Nobody remembers. It's a completely unmemorable title. Did I pick it up? Yes. Did I play it? Yeah. Is it part of my collection? Yes. Part of what Adam's advice was, hey, Mr. Karolik, hey, these games are going to go away. Physical media, they're trying to get rid of physical media. It's going to go away. So to me, it makes sense if I'm out in the field and I see a complete title. It's complete, it's pristine. My copy of Powerdrome looks like it was just pressed. Whatever, man. It's pristine, it's out in the field. I never knew about it, I never tried it, but I got to play it. Every time that I come and I do pickups and I bring my pickups home, I put them all in and I play them and I look and I observe. A lot of times I'm surprised by the quality or the entertainment value. And if they have a high entertainment value, I come back to them. But I would have never ever tried them. So here's my one reason to buy filler. One, it exposes me to game experiences that I would not normally do. I would be on my rails buying the things that I normally like and am confident in their quality or confident in the experience without challenging myself to a different gaming experience. Okay, there's just games I typically don't buy and I don't try them. I don't know if I like them or not. So this gets me to actually pull them out, acquire them, try them, and see if maybe I do like that. The other thing is, it's kind of an archival thing where it's like, look, man, this media is going to go away. And that price point of $1 or $2 is not going to last forever. Those games, that stuff is guys like me, scoop them up, those prices will inflate. You give it 5 more years, a PS2 game, they're going to start going $10, $20. Right now, you go on eBay, you can pick up original Xbox titles, some excellent titles for $3 with shipping. $3, $5. I mean, this is the time. What Adam's advice was, this is the time if you're going to collect for the original Xbox, which I really like, or the PS2, again, one of the most popular systems ever, okay? And a system I played a ton. So I'm not adverse to having games that I typically would not buy or acquire, try. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. Let's say I don't. Okay, well, I'm going to keep it in the collection. It's a pristine copy. It's a piece of history. Every physical game in a case is a piece of gaming history in one way or another. Now, you may not look at it like that. Like, hey, man, I got a small house. I got one room for my games. I'm getting what I like, and that's all. That makes total sense, and I think that's completely appropriate. Or you can be like me and say, well, and I do need to fix my shelving situation dramatically because I've got game stacks sitting around and I like a nice, neat house and I need to go to IKEA and get a couple of racks. And I am not adverse to picking up these gems for the personal experience, increase my knowledge. It's like getting a book in an expertise that you have. The negative side of that spectrum is there are guys that are going out there with a channel and think they need to fill a wall. I don't care about filling a wall. Okay? Do I care about acquiring these games before they become exorbitant and having the experience, having the history, taking each game as like a book in the subject of video game culture and history? Yeah. And when you think about it, sometimes, now if you're out there buying just to acquire and resell, there's the thing. If you're grabbing these up at $1 and you're going out to the flea market and you're selling them for $5 a piece, God bless you, you're an entrepreneur. You're an opportunist. I have a bunch of games out there that I purchased for $1, 99 cents, that I could put on eBay for $10 and probably get it, or $5 or whatever it was, and start generating revenue. I don't want to do that. I want to keep them. Again, it is part of gaming history. With that being said, that is my response to Games of War. And do you buy filler? It's probably way too long. I'll probably have to edit it down, but this is Fancy Action Now, El Viejo Toro, coming at you. See you later.